find more than that. We had a little discussion with the man upstairs. Sat down, had a moment, focused our energy. Let's see if there's any comments. Let's see if anybody's still there.
Well, look on your phone too.
Oh, that's right. It's on the phone.
We got one watching. It's probably you.
You never know.
Hi, Bruce. Hi, Al.
What's the name of our channel again? All right.
Okay, so we realigned the Starlink. We went outside and did some calibration.
Oh, looks like it's working now.
So it showed us that there was an obstacle or whatever in the way.
My ego was overwhelming the Starlink.
Okay. So,
Okay.
yay. So maybe it was
See
the
'em line
alignment
up.
of the Starlink because now it's working.
It's universal glitch.
Is it playing you?
I see a lot of people. What's up, Stephen Smith, 1950, Roughneck, Henry Lambrou,
Steve's
Norman
still
Pearson,
here.
Steve Horton, Louis Sanchez, Crazy Coco.
Sweet baby Jesus.
All right, we got 135 people.
Well, and people asked us if we were going to get back to lives in the shop, and I had commented
That's what we're trying.
that we have to work out some of the glitchy stuff. So
Again, this is a different location. We don't have internet. We got a Starlink. We're trying to figure that out. It matters which way you focus the thing. So it's even faster now. It's less of a ride.
all right, so let's just do over, rewind.
As if nothing happened.
Nothing
We
happened.
close the door. We might have some fans waiting outside. Somebody commented they're going to stop by, but they felt better for it and did not. So seriously, somebody commented that.
No, we're not going to go to the Syracuse Nationals this year.
Go to what?
The Syracuse Nationals in New York.
We got to make it around. We got invites to go to places, but we're always building cars. We don't travel a lot for work.
All right. So we're rewinding. Take 2.
Long story short, you got a 3-link over there. It ain't going to work. It's figured out. The Watts link is interfering with the 3-link. We're going to put in a 4-link. Exhibit A, 3-link. This one is a whole story. Hopefully some of you got it. It's not going to be in the car. I got these 2 tubes. It's 1 1/4 outside diameter, 1/8 wall. That means it's a 1-inch ID. Pretty stout stuff. Got these little dealies that you weld in. 2 are standard thread, 2 are reverse thread, just like a tie rod. Screw it one way, it gets longer, the other gets shorter. Adjustable. What we need to figure out is how they're going to mount in the car and how this is going to affect the geometry of the lower links. So let's hop in. I got my light somewhere before all that distraction.
And yes, we're back. We realigned the Starlink.
Thanks for hanging in there.
Right.
Live and learn. Nobody said it's a perfect world. We're working towards that. We're working towards true harmony with the cosmos. Let's look inside. And this door, if it starts getting in your way, just tell me and I'll put that strip. Or should I just strap it right now? Yeah, because you can walk around easy enough,
Yeah,
right?
that's fine.
Yeah, let me put a little strapper on there. Feel free to look inside the Zephyr without the 3rd link installed. Take it all in. All the straps are in the truck because we're always moving. Grab a strap.
So if you guys did hear, we are having a special guest builder in the shop on Monday. We're super excited. And yeah, so that will be out next week. And we're very excited. They're going to Viva Las Vegas and then coming here and visiting. So stay tuned. We're doing a collab.
There's some week-old tortillas in the back of that truck.
Really?
Warmed up just fine from the sun. All right. Let's just do this and we'll get into the interior. All right, so as we were saying, Exhibit A, 1937 Lincoln Zephyr, rear suspension work. Grab the light. Let's explore. Now I'm going to handheld this light because we're having shadow trouble with the amount of times we're moving around. So I think what I'm going to do, remember the third link mounts are still in place under here. They're still fine to go. This upper one is going to get cut out after I rebuild the top links. And I can raise the car up to get some clearance. The reason I started with the third link, and I don't know why I was hung up on this, it was just I didn't want to cut this X out. Don't ask me why. What I'm going to end up doing is just cutting the lower part of this and welding this X to this frame here. So we're just going to lose this amount of it. And the reasoning for that is if I was to do a 4-link, which I'm going to now, the upper link is going to want to pass right through there. There's a company called TCI, a notable chassis and suspension kit builder. And I was looking at their geometry of a couple of their 4-link kits. I think what they're trying to do is keep the upper link bar, as away from the chassis, away from the interior of the car as possible. Because on a lot of these kits, especially race cars, you'll see the upper 4-link coming in pretty high above the axle tube. And that's what I'm trying to avoid here. Because with my other design, again, hindsight, right? The airbag, I've installed it much too close to the C-notch for the 4-link design with the rod above the axle. So, that's me kind of designing it one way and having to backtrack because I changed my mind. So we're going to clip this out and I'm going to mount the upper 4-link just below this bag. So let me go ahead. I'm going to clamp these, cut one off. We'll probably just do one side on this video. I don't know. We'll see how long it takes. But let me get into this. I'm going to do a quick cut and a weld, and then we'll look at how this is going to go together. Not a complex process because the measurements are already done. The bags are installed. It's just a slight modification. Let me get a clamp on here, and we'll cut. And put on your protective gear. This one's going to be a little loud, so I know the other grinding we were doing wasn't much.
Thanks.
Yeah. Cool. Kick on this welder. Yeah, I've been lugging a whole kit back and forth. We ain't trying to give away no equipment down in the middle of the desert. Trying to keep everything on the truck. Let's just get this set for later. Grinder. Yeah, maybe people like the unedited. I mean, this is just a live broadcast, so there's going to be a lot of thinking about stuff. So here we go.
Here he goes. Watch him go.
Probably a significant amount of stress in there. Back on this. And that'll give us some room to check out what's happening. Yeah, that should be cool. Just like that. Just gonna put a quick tack on here. That's gotta be tighter. is. All right, sparks might come at you. Ready for that? Yeah, I was going to leave that clamp on. Yeah, now you can get a good view of what's going down. So see the 4-link, I'm going to want that rod to come in. So I had set up these brackets here, and I don't really like the angle of this now. I feel like when the suspension raises, well, when the car raises, this axle moves down. So this is going to push the lower bracket rearward as this attempts to grow longer as it levels out. So I'm probably going to adjust this link too. But because everything's measured out and square, everything's cool, I'm just going to replace the upper links and then probably in the next event readjust the lower links. So anyway, back to what I was getting at. These two are already measured perfect. They are vertical, left and right. So I'm going to attach the upper link. I'm just going to tag it right onto here. There's a big plate coming out under the airbag, so I'll be able to really just grab it with 2 more gussets. Looks a bit like an add-on, but it's under the car. That's my ride. That's what I'm going to do. Let's go over to the table. I'll show you. So much of the stuff that I do is like prototype, right? If I had an end game in mind, it would look different. Story of my life. Always experimenting. So I want to keep the reverse threads and the standard threads on the opposite side of each rod. So this is what I was saying. You got a bolt this big. There'll be some spacers in there to adapt. But these 2 plates are just going to sandwich on the outside of what's there. Should be pretty straightforward. I'm going to get my creep on under. And however you can get the best view, I think that'll work for me. Try to put a clamp on it too.
Okay. Hello, everyone watching. It's hard for me to keep quiet and not answer the comments. It's so hard. This is a group
effort. I think I want to hear what you have to say, even though some may not.
Just hello, and thank you for all the love, everyone. We're settling into the new shop and new internet and, the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe through this passenger door would work good. Let me get my
you want me to, you think on that side?
Right. I'm sorry, the driver's door, looking at the passenger, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get my little stool and then I'll be able to hold the camera steady. Yes, it's all Land's fault.
Yeah, we got gremlins in the shop.
Land is the one that set up the internet today. Mm-hmm. So evidently with Starlink, for those of you that are not aware, it's very specific as to where you put it outside. So that was
aim at the stars.
That was the issue for original broadcast. But
all right. I'd like to say one more thing.
Yes.
I slept like crap last night. Can I say that on
You
live?
did?
My neck is killing me. You ever have one of those nights where you just wake up
well,
and
my neck hurt the other day because I was so busy at
you're rocking out your head
at the music festival. I was vibing all weekend.
So can you see how this tab straddles that suspension mount?
Yes.
Is that adding up? You got this existing deal. You got a heavy plate under here. So these 2 shapes, I'm just going to put it on the outside of that. And I'm going to send it right into position. little bit sticky.
And we're doing lives this week because normally what Ian and I do is we video content on like Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And then on Thursdays, I do a work from home day and stay home and edit. But I was on spring break with my daughter.
And it really takes that much time to do what we do.
Yeah.
I work on other stuff.
We're doing a live. We're doing a live tomorrow as well at 2. And I don't know, we might do lives through the weekend. We'll see.
Depends how we're feeling.
We're confused too.
Yeah. Imagine trying to build this thing with no knowledge of what you're doing. Oh, yeah, that's going to work, but I need to get that up. There it is. Yeah, I need to put that right into position, right there. Cool. I think I need a different clamp. Unless this one can reach around under here. Oh, there it is. That's the money.
That's cool. Somebody said, whoa. Somebody said they were just in Kankakee.
What? Yeah, it looks so easy on the edited video, huh? TV show made it look even easier.
TV magic.
Yeah, there we go. We'll send that. It's got to be a little bit tighter. All right, cool. Put that up into position. Heim joint is not hitting. Plenty of wiggle room. Again, there'll be little spacers in there. But let me get the upper link, and it should describe a little bit better where we're going with this design.
So should I stay here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get this the threads on the Heim enough room for adjustment. On some of the other stuff, I bottom it out. But on this one, we're already measured into shape, so I'll leave about a 1/2 inch of adjustment. Should be good. Yeah, cool. All right, I'll grab that tube and I'll step inside.
You're coming inside the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, I grab a tape measure. So we've noticed one thing that in the edited stuff, it appears that the video gets sped up once it's like processed. I don't know how that happens. I'm interested to see what happens with the actual live. Because we've done other work. But I don't know, once the thing is edited, it seems like I move faster than I actually do. All right, so we got our upper Heim joint in place. And that's where, you can't really see it, but there's mounting tabs from the other third link.
Is it right down there?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Good.
With the camera.
Excellent. So, yeah, that's going to go right in place there. Like that. Can you dig? Mm-hmm. And then this tube will go betwixt the two. That one got crunched. Yeah. Right. So that's what I was saying. You want the 4-link to be parallel. So let's cut this one to position. And that's what I was getting at. It's not going to be parallel. We're going to have to adjust the height of the rear for the lower one. So we're going to measure from there to there. I am looking at, a lot of people said we should just convert to the metric system. And I'm not disputing that. But for now, we're going to say 16 3/8. Let's go to the bandsaw.
Hello, everyone joining. Welcome to our take 2 of the live. Our Starlink was acting up. Well, it was more user error, actually.
You know
we
what
didn't
I
have
found?
it lined up right outside.
I've found with so many things, operator error
It usually is operator error.
is a major factor. Them robots, you like to blame them, but they don't mess up a lot.
Yeah, and as far as us moving into the shop, we know we had a lot of questions. We don't want to give away the location for certain reasons, and it's nothing, it's
I wasn't
just,
trying to be rude. I was being direct.
yeah. But we just moved into a space that makes us both happier. So the spaceport is no more. Evidently, Northrop Grumman is moving into our old space and building spaceship parts,
It's because everything that happened there is top secret.
which
and
is super cool.
They're keeping a lid on it.
But yeah, we're just it's a little closer to home and
A little more affordable.
more affordable, less overhead. Yeah, and that really was all it was. So
Yeah. You got to pay the bills just like everybody else.
yeah, so that's really all it was. And it's a little smaller, it's half the size, but Ian's a lot more organized actually in the shop.
I was walking around in circles at the other place. There was so much room, and it's like Jamie loves her kitchen set up, so she's like cabinet, and I feel the same way. Everything is almost within 3 tentacles reach for Lan Roussel.
I'm happy the Starlink is working. I'm glad we figured that out.
Yeah, I was like, come on. That's kind of a lifeline for us at this point, being the YouTube producers that we are. All right, so see that?
Mm-hmm.
With any luck. All right. Oh, look at that. Get them heim joints set up vertical like. Look at that. Cool. I'm going to do the same to the other side before we do any welding. Let's unclamp this. Actually, let me get my welding helmet. I was trying to tack that, but I'll finish that, cut that out, set that one, double measure. That was the assemble weld. Then we'll rise it up.
Ian, you're in such a good mood.
Yeah, it happens once in a while. I'll get you your welding mask.
Thank you, sir. So our special guests, I can say that they are from Canada. We're very excited. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
Be right back. I need a welding helmet.
That's the
It's in
only
the truck, as usual.
the only clue that I'm going to give.
Ooh, that's the problem with multiple shops.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Welding helmet down in the desert.
Where's my... Yeah, you could use my welding helmet.
Your Thundercats helmet.
It's on the table.
Thank you.
Yeah, Nevada taxes are much better. Darren, you are exactly right.
Yeah. If I start purring, you'll know why.
That's my welding helmet. Oh, let me move.
Yeah, I'm just gonna send a little weld on here. Ooh, your lens is a different color. Fancy. This one's more purple. Mine was green. Cool. Right. A little clamp action to this. I'm going to cut that one first. Make some noise. Maybe you can just stand back for a
It's
second.
not bad, Chad, Rick. I said they're coming from Canada. It's not bad, Chad and Jolie.
No, we said we weren't revealing until they get
They're
here.
busy. It's not them, though. Let's not...
Sparks might come at you. Just get ready for that. So I think that this operation here is valid because there's so many project cars out there, right? And say you bought a car from me and I screwed up in this capacity, you might have to rebuild this. So consider that. This is a good thing to think about in modifying existing designs. Cool, that'll hold it for now. Another cut.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to do the same now. I'm going to crawl under there, do the little clamp action, make another measurement. My bet is it's going to be 16 3/8.
So you're gonna work more on. You're working on this side
Same
now.
operation is here, but on that side.
Okay, I'll go over to this side. Go into the other side.
And just watch your elbows. There's some sharp steel plate right here.
Thank you. Wayne, we have not put it together yet, the new chair, but I appreciate it, and it will get put together.
What do we work? What's that?
The cool rolly chair that he sent me because of my foot.
In our other video, we were just thanking everyone
Yeah.
for so much cool stuff.
But we got it kind of in the midst of the move.
The rolly chair's under the table.
We'll put it together.
Yeah.
I know I'll love it.
No, we got so many awesome things, especially cutting wheels, drill bits. We're going to be in business for quite a while.
Hi, Johnny Jalopy. What's
What's up, Johnny Jalopy?
Heidi found us.
Hello, Heidi. Still haven't put your box in the mail, but hey, you know, it'll get there.
Addressed and sitting there.
It's sitting there. It's all taped up. It's someplace to go. All right, cool. So same deal as the other side. We got this up. That looks the same. Correct. Correct. So yeah, for those just joining, we're repairing some stuff that I almost messed up. I didn't mess it up because it didn't go into service. But looking at that, we got the bolt in line. Come up here with a clamp. Yeah, to reiterate, the 3-link design needed some improvement because of the Watts link. So I decided, we got all the terms going on. We decided to go to a 4-link.
I still don't understand what all of that means, but eventually it'll make sense.
Well, since I'm under here just fiddling around, let's discuss. Link 1.
Mm-hmm.
Link 2.
Mm-hmm.
The 3rd link was here.
Yeah.
3 links. But now we have 1,
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4.
Oh.
And the Watts link is in the rear.
Oh, and the Watts link is what stabilizes
It keeps
the car?
it centered now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That actually makes
So
sense.
before, we talk a lot about gussets, etc. The 3-link was actually a large triangular gusset that stopped the axle from going side to side. But with a 4-link, it's like a ladder. It's just going to do this. And the
I
Watts
think
link
I like
stops
the
that.
4-link better.
A lot of people do.
Sorry. It makes more sense in my brain.
You are entitled to your opinion. There's no need to apologize. Let me grab another.
Oh, Ava told me that I apologized too much this weekend.
I'll be right back.
Aw, crazy Coco, it's cool. It's just there's some weird negativity that surrounds them, and we support everybody in the custom family. Everybody's got different skills, different whatevs.
Got to dig the split rear window now.
Yeah, it's super cool.
See a tape measure in there?
I don't know. No, I do not.
I left it here on the saw. I got it.
But nah, it's not bad, Chad. You guys will be really happy. Like, we're super excited. So.
Like the sound effect.
You're so silly. I missed you.
I told you, if ever you find me growing up on myself, give me a notice because I don't want it to happen. I'll be eternally childish. We had 16 3/8 and come on. These old man hands. I got what's it called? Fatigue in my bones. Yep, same thing. Cool. Let's check this one.
You're welcome, Crazy Coco.
Yeah, I know, that's where we're at. All right. Get this into position.
Yeah, Michael, the wheel stands, those are, what's the wheel stands? MFG?
ETA.
ETA,
MFG. Manufacturing.
.com, I believe. Yeah, they're really super cool. Ian likes them a lot. Yeah, no, Terry, it's cool that with the end of Motor Trend, a lot of the builders were able to come over to YouTube. To be honest, Motor Trend doesn't pay squat diddly to most of these guys that build these cars. So it's actually better that they came over to YouTube because you get to control your own content, timeline your own content, and it does pay better than what production companies try to pay you.
I'm just double checking here because the amount you thread these things together, dictates your actual length of this. So that'll work out. Put that in there. Put that there. That should just go right into the bolt position. Awesome. Cool. All right, so again, 1, 2, 3, 4 links. Just send those. I'm gonna crawl underneath and I'm gonna tack this stuff together down here first. And then I'll come up and lock the link bars in. And again, all just temporary. We're gonna cycle this on the air suspension to see what happens with the pinion angle because this angle is incorrect right here. So this might cause this pinion to radically rise up. I don't know yet. A lot of hey, that's exciting.
I was paranoid of that over there.
Yeah, let me grab that. You can stay where you're at. We'll get a good view of the spark. I'm gonna crawl under, put on some gloves, some welding.
And how is the video quality now that we align the Starlink for those of you that were
we
on
had a lot of audio glitching
on the failed one? Yeah, everybody's saying it's good. So it was just a position on it.
Nice. And that's so awesome with that app because it told Jamie there's something obstructing the view.
Yeah. So
Otherwise, you would have been
I take
stuck.
back any bad things I said about Starlink.
You were on a roll there for a second. All right, coming under. I'm gonna ground to the axle. So you don't want to put the electric arc through the heim joints. All right, it's gonna hit these plates into position right here. One of those. one thing you want to be aware of is you'll see me always thinking about it. Don't weld your clamp to the workpiece. I almost did. I'm going to adjust this clamp because it has a little bit of attitude. It needs adjusting. Right there. I'm going to tighten that also. There it goes. All right. Just hit that. There was a pretty good lesson in the video Jamie just edited for today about the amperage you're welding with and the protection you'll need. And you'll see me doing some risky stuff, maybe even right now, with the sparks above. Be careful when you're underneath. Come on, helmet. Helmet thinks I'm welding because of that spotlight. There we go.
Do you want me to move it?
Nope, I just put my hand in the way. All right. How much time we at?
37 minutes.
Cool. Yeah, we didn't want to make this like a super drawn out thing, but we'll just roll with it.
And tomorrow we're doing a live as well.
Yeah,
at 2 p.m.
Trying to keep it rolling. Ew, a little bit of ugly coming off. There's some slag.
Yeah, what was that crackly sound?
There was some slag on the underside of this plate that I had torch cut.
What slag? Like the leftover?
Yeah, it's like the leftover stuff. Not really pure metal, like a bunch of carbon yuck hanging off. If you're doing like arc welding, stick welding, you'll see a lot more slag than with MIG, but it happens. Cool. All right. That locked. All right. So that's pretty much attached temporarily. I'm going to disassemble this whole thing to do the final welding, just sort of.
Marty, the vintage machinist, has joined the chat.
What's
hey,
up,
Marty. Marty is where we went to his shop, his super, super, super cool shop.
Had a lot of good response to his visit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to bring up this amperage considerably. We're just going to put some spot welds on these links, then we'll test the air ride. See what happens. I'm going to get this centered. We'll put 2 welds on each of these. Or rather, 2 links per end. 2 welds per end. Here we go. See if this reaches. Come on. Cool. Set this one up. Set. That one is set. Centered. All right. All right, cool. So we don't have any true hardware on this that we're going to need regarding these little spacers and whatnot. But it's not going to move. We can lift this up on the air and see what happens.
So should I go back view? Or you want me to be in
I think
here?
right here is perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing's going to come apart. Like you wouldn't have to be worried about anything like that. But you'll get the best view right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me have that light.
All right, there's gonna be a lot of hissing. Got some air leaks, but it'll raise up just like it did with a different style. 4-link instead of 3. And again, it has a Watts link in the back to keep it centered, so this should just do exactly what it did before. Oh look, it's doing exactly what it did before. That's good news. So what I'm looking at is this pinion angle. These don't look as bad as they did when it was disassembled. This angle here, this one seemingly pointing down too far. But let's watch this pinion angle, because right now we're at full drop. And we can adjust that where it's at. We just don't want to radically change, the face of that angle. Make sure nothing's going to pop apart with air hoses. Let's watch. Not too bad, but see how far it points down right there? See how it changes? I'll do it again.
Yeah.
So right now, we're talking about this angle right here. You're going to watch, this thing's going to change. Not only is it going to move up and down, but watch it rotate. See, this is rotating down.
Okay. Get my squats in here doing this.
Man, this doesn't even sound, it sounds like the airbag is leaking. That's weird. Oh no, it's just bunk fitting. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do next. Maybe today, I don't know. How you feeling?
Let's do it. Let's keep on going. Let's keep rolling.
Okay, well, it's a little bit of cutting, which is loud. So
it's okay.
What I wanna do is I wanna keep this dimension the same, front to rear. So that's gonna involve raising up these lower mounting points. So can you swivel in here and see this?
I think so.
How they're
oh, gotcha.
Again, one of the things I did was I just tacked all this in. So can you see all that? So see how I got the tabs, they're just tacked on, and then I got this plate just to mount it. So I'm gonna try to detach all that business, and again, trying to keep it viewable. I'm gonna try to bring this up. So I'm gonna hop under there, cut it all out, try to move it, and then these will become shorter. That's why I left that end as I did up here. Take that off, adjust, move forward.
Always moving forward.
Yep. Cool, so it's gonna get loud.
All right.
Let me get some things set up for the grinder. Gotta detach this. Whoa. Suspensions. Again, if you're cutting the suspension apart, you don't want to go into cutting something and there's a lot of stress in there and it binds on you. So I'm gonna take some of that apart mechanically and then cut the rest.
So you're going to be cutting in the car?
I'll be underneath. Yeah.
Say that again?
I'm going to be underneath so you can step in, but there will be a
Gotcha.
reasonable amount of sparks.
Okay, let me get
I'll get your muffs.
They're right here.
Yeah, I'm glad I only tacked all that stuff because this proves it was worth it.
Thank you.
That was grinder.
And a lot of your questions now that you guys are asking, I see, and I'm trying not to interrupt Ian's train of thought. So we'll get to them at the end of the video.
Yeah, that was one thing that we were talking about on the other live, that we're just going to try to do some work. We're going to do another live tomorrow, and maybe we'll look back at some of these comments and address them. Yeah, so see, what we did was we maintained the position of the axle with these lower links, swapped out the tops. Now these tops are holding it. We're going to swap out the bottoms.
So are you going to cut on this side first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to the other side.
First, I'm going to try to see how I put this together. See what's going to take to cut it apart.
And can y'all see this okay?
I get this light up in here. Yeah, and this grinder's a bit of a wild one, so I try not to lean on it while it's laying on the ground.
Yeah.
For some reason, this thing, the lockout, gave up somewhere. I got that one. All right, sparks are going to be coming up.
Okay.
I was able to pop that right off. Where are you at?
Over here.
Yeah, so groovy. This is all in position. You can clean that stuff up, but I'm going to move this upward now. It looks like I could leave this in place for support. I'm going to grind a little more through here. Sparks are coming right at you. Cool. All right. So, tape measure. Is that up there?
Do you need a tape measure?
Yeah, is it laying up there? I might have put it on the table. I'll scoot out. I'll come out and get it. It's at the saw, I bet. Yeah, because we want these to be the same distance.
Yeah, I don't
it's
see
here.
it.
Hiding.
Right where you left it.
Whoa. Yeah, that came off easier than I expected. We're actually going to have some content on this live. I was like, oh man, I don't know how long it's going to take.
No, this is cool. I think everybody enjoys the live. Everyone, there's 777 people on here.
Well, my apologies. Let's go. All right. You follow me?
Yes.
So we're looking at this. To make the 4-link bars parallel, we're going to want, and this is a pretty close guess. Right now, Marty's cringing because I'm using a tape measure and eyeballing it. You would have calipers or some other device, I'm sure. I'm getting a measurement of 5 inches. So we're going to come down here on center. We're looking at 5 inches. So in short, we're moving that old mount from down here. Look at this. I bet I can flip that. Bang! Holy moly. I don't always get surprised, but when I do, I'm surprised. Look at that. That is going to be a-okay.
Hi, Laura FM.
It's going to weld right down to here. Look at that. Just look at it.
Look at it.
All right, so I'm going to mark this angle of this tube. I'm going to step onto the bench and cut that. Because, yeah, that line's going to take a little bit off the bottom of that tab. Coming out.
You're going to the table?
Yeah, I'm going to just set this up here.
Are you going to cut something or should I leave my glasses on?
Yeah, no, I'm cutting, and then I'll be right back under the car. Cutting off a tack weld, I don't want to lose the whole thing. Yeah, I'm going to cut this right off. I got to weld that before I cut it. Do a quick little thing. I'm actually going to cut the old spot weld right off, so I don't want to do that. All right, now it won't fall apart. All the things. I can never be a surgeon. All the things.
That's why they have assistants standing there giving them all the things.
I know, but I'd be like, give me that thing. You know, the thing that you squeeze? And they'd be like,
that's kind of how surgeons are.
really?
And they're really mean.
Well, you do have a...
I thought about being an OR nurse, but I would have been crying every day.
No, I meant the thing with the thing. You know, the... These were donated discs. They're not the greatest. I found that when I'm using them, they glaze up, and I gotta like hit them to get some of the edge off. See, now it cuts. Yeah, believe it or not, I found that the Home Depot ones, those Diablo, the red ones, are awesome. I mean, these work. You know what they say about free. It's for me. All right, stepping into weld.
Where is my welding thing? There it is. This is what I use these days when Ian welds. It's pretty awesome.
All right. Slate back under here. Get a ground on this. Now we're gonna put this one at the 5-inch mark. Just like it was, raised up a bit. Right there. Perfect. I like it. Just take one look at it without this helmet on. Yeah, that's parallel. That'll totally work. Yeah. All right. Welding. Up to the top side. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make that up. It's seriously just reversed. That's perfect. I'm gonna hop in the car and weld the top. That was almost too easy.
I like the way this new setup looks better,
Excellent.
personally.
Well, everyone is allowed their opinion. Okay, let's hit this. Yeah, I don't expect to reposition this again, so I'm just going to weld it. I have to reposition it again. I'm going to redesign everything. I call that a keeper. All right, I'm going to cut this tube, this link on the table, come right back under and measure. And we'll try to do the same thing to the other side. This won't be very loud if you step back. It's just 2 tack welds. You just take that end out, clean this up a little bit. Put these into position. So I had these locked down, see? I'm gonna wanna move them back so we got some adjustment now that our design is closer to final. So if I do this much on each, then I got twice that amount of adjustment. Set that, set this. Cool. Yeah, I'll put these back in place. We'll measure it. Then we'll cut that, tack it. We'll go on to number 4. You know why number 4?
Why? Your mom.
It's a 4-link.
Oh.
That's why.
And hi, Alan and Lara Banduelos.
What's up, Fabco?
Johnny Jalape's here. The gang's all here.
Man, it's just like
Everybody's
old times.
here. All 800 of y'all. Thanks for watching.
The only thing that's changed, the guy under the car is a little bit older, day by day. Ooh, that changed a little bit. Oh, no, there it is. Perfect. Sweet. All right, we got that goes in. Let's set this guy in place. We'll bring that up. So see, it's parallel. Nice. Let's make a mark right here. Cut this one off. Send it into position. Now, I know you want these parallel at ride height. I understand. But watch. Watch what's going to happen when it's at ride height. They're still going to be parallel. It's like a magic trick. Yeah, this is a good 1.25 inches shorter than it was. Longer lengths are better, but this is what we're working with. Send this welder down. Helmet. You got your face him a bobber?
Yes.
Shield him or thingy?
Do you use argon or CO2 for MIG?
Both. For MIG, you can use CO2 for MIG, but for this, finer type of welding, it's 75% CO2, 25% argon. It's like when you put a little truffle oil in the popcorn.
So
Jamie
delicious.
knows what I'm saying.
Just levels it up a little
better.
bit.
Coming back up. All right, so we're going to put this into here. We're going to send this into position down here. Check. All right. Do the same tack weld as we did before. Test. And we got a little breeze from the welder, but I think we can work around it. Dial this thing out a little bit. Well, a little bit tighter on this. There it is. Check right there. All right. Let's line it up. Come on, helmet. Just gonna weld this one solid. Because if I have to redo it, I'm gonna redo everything. Cool. That'll set our pinion angle. Right there. Cool. All right, I'm gonna make some noise and cut this other bracket off. See you in a few. Get my muffs.
Moving to the other side.
A lot of the sparks are gonna come up for this cut too, so
Okay.
so you're aware. I'm gonna have to use it this way. Got some tension amongst the ranks. There it is. send this grinding wheel straight to work. Tells me one's a little more stuck. All right, a little more. That's the old chatterbox technique. Yeah. Let's measure 5 inches on this one. Make a mark.
You guys just missed.
It's like roller derby up in here. I almost overshot that one under the table.
Yes, that's true, Smoke Shop. A lot of people do watch on their televisions, and it's hard to like during the episode to like. So for those of you watching from your TV afterwards, leave us a like.
Same
The
top
comments.
to bottom, 5 inches.
The
Now
like.
last time we were lucky enough to reverse that. I don't want to get too out of shape. That went in like that. That went back like that. We bring it to 5 inches, exactly the same. Wow, we cut it right off. Heck yeah. Lovely. I don't have to weld that just the same as I did up top. Take that ground and a welder on that side.
What, you want the welder over there?
Please.
You want it to come out?
Yeah. It's a little wound up. I'll grab it. It's all the way around. Sometimes when you're pulling this thing around, it'll start welding whatever it touches. A little scary.
It's crazy up in here.
It's a little cray. Cool. Cut this on the bench. Getting a little low on battery. Let me change this out.
Okay. And are you coming back under the car? Are you coming back under the car?
Yep, I'm gonna do that same cut, and I'll be back under the car.
Right, CJ5.
Sweet. Thinking ahead this time. Looking for my marker. It's laying down there? Yep. All right, we're all set up. Round. Torch. Got our 5-inch mark. Ground to the chassis. All right. Yeah, and I don't know how well you saw it last time, but we're able to take this,
Oh, hold on. Let me see.
flip it over, re-index it, so that they stay parallel. Totally groovy. That's where I need a little hammer. Or a big hammer. I'll be right back. Gotta send that just a touch down.
What's wrong?
I just gotta knock it down a little bit.
It's nice that you know where stuff is in your shop now.
It's all within the tentacle's reach.
Thank you, Brian. During these lives, I try to do my best camera work and not move around too much.
Yeah. All right, so we got that there. We got that there. We want that to go right into position. That's it. Got the 5-inch mark. It's parallel. I'm just gonna slam this. There and there. Come across the under. I cut into this support tube a little bit, so I'm going to follow the welder right through that cut. Close it back up, and I'll dress all that up with the grinder and put in some more structure up here. But this is for a test. I'm going to hit it from the top, and we'll do a measure. We're ready to test again. That should be parallel. Hit this. Cool. Yeah, I'll cut that link arm. We'll come back under and measure it. Yeah, it's weird. These discs, it glazes up. You break it, and it cuts again. Hop under there and measure. I did the measuring last time on this end. Right. Set that in. Send that one in. Check the length. Go cut it in the saw.
I love that y'all are commenting amongst yourselves. Hi, everybody. We're being watched globally.
The whole
right now,
peanut gallery right now.
all over.
Wondering what's going to happen next. Wait till you see the air suspension. It's going to be a victory lap.
And I try not to, like I said, interrupt Ian when he's flowing. You can tell when he's in deep thoughts. I zip my lips.
Appreciate everyone for showing up and watching this humble little performance. It's going to work. You know what we need?
What?
We need a live band in the corner. Like Blue Man Group. So while I'm cutting, they can
like
just go
during
into
the
a little
things.
montage.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about black lights.
That was such a good show.
Glow paint. We need the whole thing. Going under. For the last time.
Hi, everyone. 900 of you here. Thanks. Thank you.
All right. So this lower number 4 link is going to slip into place. Oop. Have to slip it into place after we slip that into place. Check. I like it. I'm going to lengthen this a little bit per side. Oops, the other lengthened. Yeah, just like that. So we got plenty of adjustments. I like it. Cool. Yeah, that looks good. Just like that. Awesome. I'm gonna put the ground on that link arm. So we ain't trying to weld through the ball joints or the hind joints. All right, put this into position. Shields down. Let's weld. Parallel. Can you dig it?
Yep.
It's gonna weld this all the way up. All right. As I twisted that, it changed its length a little bit. Get that neutral in position. All right, let's test the air. It's the moment of truth. Live band, drum roll, please. It's like that scene in Ed Wood where Bela Lugosi fights the octopus.
Oh, thanks, Alpha Wolf. Appreciate that. Oh, Charles, he is. Mr. Gene, we miss him a lot.
Need a light in there? See all the action?
Huh?
Just trying to set it up for the end. We are, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the end of this episode.
No.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
So, class, to reiterate, what we've done is remove the third link, the thing that was generally in this area, put parallel 4 links, Watts link in the rear. It kind of all adds up to the same math on a streetcar, but it's going to give us a little more rear seat action. It's helping the pinion angle. Look at that. Remember how much this was moving before? Little, very little. Groovy. Yeah. So that's maximum height of the car. Ride height is somewhere in here. Right around there. About the middle of the bag. So I throw down the mic and walk off the stage. My job is done here.
So are you down for some Q&A?
Sure.
Q&A sesh. So don't go so quick.
Whew.
Good job, Ian. High five. Nice job, love.
Making it happen.
He's
3
gonna
days
grab.
out of the shop and I start to get a little antsy. Need to
Where's
get back
where's
in
your
it.
phone at? Let's do some Q&A.
Grab my phone. Grab a
Everyone's
water.
high fiving it.
Yeah, don't trip on that thing. I'll send you. Send you across the room in a hurry. All right.
Q&A time.
Let's see where we're at, class. I liked how Henry Rollins had a radio show. And what did he call his? He called all his listeners like, not weirdos or freaks. It was like, it's going to come to me. I bet Heidi knows. Bet Marty knows. Oh, sorry. Got a lot of text messages from my people. Live chat is queuing up. Dark Matter's asking if I got a chance to buy any of Gene's tools or were they not for sale. You know what? I don't know much about that. I don't have any of his stuff. All I know, the place looks pretty barren.
Chuki said that was her high school yearbook.
Question from Smoke Shop. Any tips on getting the axle off the frame horn on my 65 to do the boots? The axle off the frame horn, if you mean those 2 giant nuts on the back of the frame on the VW, yeah, it's a big socket. I got one. It's going to give you a wrestling match. You point in here. I always got to answer a Volkswagen question. Sorry.
No need to apologize.
This is what I think we're looking at in Smoke Shop 65 Bug. He needs to change these boots. So you'll take these 2 giant nuts off. And then that you should be able to raise that up a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to have to get into the axles and take all 6 of those bolts off. It can be done without doing all that, but it's a wrestling match. Good luck. And they sell split axle boots. If you have the one-piece axle boots, it's going to be a crazy hard time. MP makes split boots that bolt together at the top. All right. Johnny Jalopy knew. Henry Rollins, he said, all right, fanatics, thanks for joining the radio show. I thought that was cool. Nico B wants to know what the best size sheet metal to use when fabricating floors or making a dash from scratch out of metal. Nico, 20 gauge is a perfect go-to for most things. So yeah, 18 is a little heavy, 22 gauge is a little thin. So all right. Well, I have to scroll back. Someone's reminding me not to forget my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Scrolling.
Oh, I wanted to mention something. So in the merch store, I updated the Out of This World t-shirts. There's different colors. And if you have children that you want to have super cool car, there are kids t-shirts available as well.
Bill Whitaker touched on this perfectly while I was working. He said, Ian, I believe you should have the car at ride height when you weld in the upper 4-link tubes. Otherwise, it might affect the pinion angle and you might not have enough adjustment to compensate. Mr. Bill Whitaker, you are correct. But what I just proved is I got away with it. So everyone, do what Bill says because it's the right way to do it. Yeah. I think we're cool. Thanks for watching, folks. We appreciate it.
We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Our Starlink will be lined up
We'll be focused.
perfectly
At
on
the
the
heavens.
sky. And yeah,
I'm ready for a bear.
same.
Let's roll.
See you later, everyone.
See ya. Thank you.